Alright guys, Fox Hunter here, and I think it's about time I address the elephant in the room, which is the brand new New England map that was announced by Expansive Worlds a couple of weeks ago, and they just released a new update today that has everyone going wild, no pun intended. But today we got some more information about the Great One Moose. But before I get into the details of the live stream that was put out, I just wanted to say that as somebody who lived previously in New England, in the New England area, I really enjoy that the map looks like it's remaining true to the actual terrain of the Northern Appalachians. Up there you have a lot of small rivers, creeks, brooks, and not a lot of very large rivers until you get into like the New York Harbor area, and then you have the Hudson and that sort of thing. But one thing I really like about this map is that there's not an exuberant amount of water, with the exception of that river running right through the left-hand side of the map. But it doesn't feel like places like Park Fernando or even Layton Lake, so it's definitely going to have a different environmental feel. But of course, the biggest news to come out of this video was the brand new Great One Moose. And they have all sorts of different rack styles and all sorts of different colors. And what I have to say about that is, thanks. I hate it. Well, I don't really hate it per se, but I'll be honest. This was not the type of rack style that I was thinking would come out with a Great One Moose. It is an atypical rack and very twiggy, very spidery looking, and the more I look at it, the more interesting it becomes. But to be honest, I was expecting something with broad, huge paddles and maybe some vegetation dangling from it, because that's something I really like about the Red Deer Great One. It has that feature, and I have seen countless photos of moose having the same kind of foliage trapped in their antlers as they grow and that sort of thing. So, while I can't say I really do hate it per se, it is a lot different than I was expecting. Now, one thing I do like about the Great One Moose is that we have some evidence of actual living on these animals. We have things like battle scars, rough fur patches, especially on what looks like the fabled brown. I really appreciate that level of detail. And I do think that if we have another predator come out with a Great One, another predator animal, I would like to see, and I hope you're listening, EW, I would love to see a Great One mountain lion. Now, I know that's not everybody's first choice, and hear me out. There's a mystique about them. I don't feel like they get a lot of love in the game. And I feel like if you did this with a mountain lion and had the battle scars and that sort of thing, and really make it look like a tough cat, that would be really cool. That said, the focus today is the moose. And of course, we have 6 brand new fur types that came out for it. We have the spruce, the speckled, the ashen, the two-tone, the birch, and the oak. And all of them are very unique. I have to say that of the 6 that came out, I do prefer the spruce and the speckled, and that may be simply because of the rack style. I like the big, broad paddles as opposed to the very spidery looking atypical rack. But I know that whatever you get in game is going to be completely random. With the true rack system, I could end up getting a spruce fur variation with the atypical rack, and that's okay. I'm still very excited that we're going to get a brand new Great One, as well as maps that are backfilled with different species. If you hadn't heard about that, EW did say that they are going to backfill different species into previously existing maps, like they're going to put raccoons in Layton Lake and that sort of thing, which makes a lot of sense to me considering the type of landscape that is, and that's going to be really exciting and make hunts more dynamic. The other thing that came out with regard to this video is reworking of some of the animal skins, particularly the red fox, which looks absolutely beautiful. I am so glad they did this. They definitely filled the fur out, and they gave it a much softer, much more realistic texture, which I think is going to help with the immersive experience in the game. And then they extended that to the moose as well. If you watch them like here in the movement scenes, even though some of these scenes look kind of awkward, I really like how the new fur pattern makes these look so much more three-dimensional and so much more realistic. Even the moose's wattle is moving, which is really cool to see, because that's just one of those fine details that really create that sense of realism. So those are the things I'm pretty excited about. But overall, I think this is going to be a really fantastic map. I really look forward to playing it. I love the colors and the fact that they focused on fall. And again, having lived up in that region, I just really appreciate that they remained fairly true to what you would experience traveling through the New England part of the country. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you don't share my opinion, that's okay. We all have preferences. I hope you'll respect mine, and I respect those of everybody out there. If you're super excited about the Great One Moose and you have a favorite, mention that in the comments below. I'd be genuinely curious to see which one you're excited about and which one you're hoping to get for your first Great One Moose. But if you enjoy coming along on my adventures, I highly recommend checking out my other videos. If you would like to come along with me on future adventures, I highly recommend dropping a like and subscribing below. You can also ring the bell for when new content drops, and check me out as I continue my adventures elsewhere until we get our brand new New England map I'm very, very excited for. See you later. Bye.